All hail a beard, it's your boy Big Beard B, and we back for another edition of Big Beard Business. So I originally dropped this video in 2017, the winter of 2017 to be specific. I was recently speaking to a subscriber on Instagram and he was like, yo, Big Beard B, you should bring that back. So today I'm here with the top 5 fragrances to purchase for summer of 2020. Now here's the deal, man. These fragrances are not what I'm suggesting that you go and pick up. However, these are fragrances that I am thinking of picking up, and I wanted to know your suggestions. See, often us fragrance reviewers get up here and talk to you about fragrances that we enjoy and ones that we think that you should pick up. But here's the time for us to interact and for you to tell me what to get. When I think back to this video in the winter of 2017, there were a few fragrances that I had in mind that I actually ended up picking up. So we had Tom Ford's Ombre Leather. We also had Leighton for PDM. We had Music Festival from Margiela. We also had Barnum & I Dubai Gold. And the only one that I did not pick up from that list was Clive Christian's Rock Rose. Now I did get some suggestions of other fragrances within that I actually ended up picking up. So I figured I'd give you some fragrances that I'm thinking about picking up. And you tell me if they are a hit or are they a miss, or should I grab one of your suggestions. Now a lot of my favorite fragrances within my collection have come from subscriber suggestions, i.e. we have some from Barredo out there that really done well with me. We also have some from Byron Parfums, etc. So let's get down to business now that we know what we're doing. So the first fragrance that has been on my mind that I have actively been looking for at the moment comes from Armani, and this one is Armani Stronger With You Freeze. Now I have the other 2 iterations of the Stronger With You, which is Stronger With You, the original and the Intensely, and I'm thinking about picking this one up. Right now, I haven't really been able to find it at any of the big box retailers here in the US, like Macy's and Dillard's online, so I haven't been able to find it there, and I've actually been thinking about that one a lot, as I like to complete that series of fragrances until they come out with something else. So I think from my understanding of that one, that was going to be a lighter take on Stronger With You. I obviously had the original, which I thought was a great fragrance. Intensely was a bit better, and I think that this one could be a good segue or a fragrance that you can use for the summer, spring and or summer. So that's one that I have in mind. If you had that one in your collection, I would love to know if it's something I should pick up. Should I buy it or should I pass? The next fragrance that has really been top of mind for me is one that I know what it smells like. I actually have come across this fragrance on a number of occasions, but I was like, yeah, I could probably pick this one up on the gray market right now for cheaper than I can retail. And I can, but it's been sold out. All right, so this one comes from Moschino, and this one is Toy Boy. Yeah, the name of it is a bit weird. Now, I originally heard about this fragrance, I want to say last year in 2019, that this one was coming out. I saw it on Instagram or someone's feed out there, and I thought that this was interesting. I liked the bottle. It was a cool bottle. I'm like, hey, I gotta try this thing out. And I actually got my nose on it, and I really enjoyed it. So for some of you who hit me up and like, oh, Big BB, what do you think about this fragrance? Should I buy it? And I say yes, I think this one is a super solid fragrance to have within the collection, at least from the times that I've been able to smell it. However, being able to wait, or not being able to wait, actually waiting has kind of played against me in this point, as I'm going to have to spend it in retail if I buy the fragrance. And I wanted to know, if you have it, should I, continue to make that choice of purchasing that fragrance? I think I will. I think the bottle was cool. I've liked Moschino for a long time, and it smelled good to me. So let me know your thoughts and opinions on that fragrance. Should I add that one into the collection? This next fragrance is pretty similar to what I've mentioned in terms of Stronger With You Freeze, and this one comes from YSL, and this one is YSL Y Eau Fraiche. Now, I was under the impression that I ordered that fragrance, but as I go back through emails and order lists, I obviously did not, as it's not in my collection. I assumed it was at the box, but nope. It's not. So I'm thinking about picking this one up. As I stated with Stronger With You Freeze, this fragrance would complete that series for me, at least for the fragrances that they have within their arsenal at this time. Obviously, I have the original, I have the Live, I have the EDP, and then the Y Eau Fraiche would actually, make it complete. But here's the thing when I think about that fragrance, like the original Y was a fresh scent made specifically, in my opinion, for that spring, summer type of time. It was made for a casual scent to suit those in a white t-shirt, confident, etc., to you to go ahead and grab compliments. Now, to make a fresh version of that seems a bit counterintuitive, as you've probably already done it, or a bit redundant at that point. So we'll have to see what that one actually smells like. I haven't smelled it. I haven't listened to anyone's reviews on it because I do not want them to taint what I would say to you. So there you have it there. I would like to get it. I think the presentation of it is nice. But we'll see, man. We'll have to see. If you give me that suggestion to pick it up, I would definitely do so. So there you have it, man. Y Eau Fraiche. This next fragrance comes from this indie niche fragrance house, and actually, I don't know much about this house at all. I actually was sent a sample of this fragrance here recently, like very recently, by Dan over at Scented Waters. We were talking about a fragrance via DM on Instagram, and he happened to send me this one as a sample as well. And this one is from Nishane, and this one is Hacivat. I believe that's how it's called, man. So I was able to smell that one. I thought that one was reminiscent to like a Ventus-ish, but not really the same. And I thought it was a nice fresh fragrance for the summer that could work. So that's definitely one that I have my mind on. But again, like I said, I don't know much about the brand, as I have not tried any of their fragrances prior to testing this one here. So if you have any experience with that fragrance or any other fragrances from that lineup, I would love to know about it. I'd love to know your thoughts, how does it perform, etc. That way I can have all the information I need to decide if this is one that I want to add to the collection officially. But on my first impressions of that fragrance, I thought it was dope as I think through some of the things of the similarities to Aventus. But it wasn't like super similar, at least in that smelling that I had of it. So I think that is definitely one that I want to visit or just get a bigger decant of at the very least. But I would love to know your thoughts and opinions on that one. And then a final fragrance on my list today of 5 fragrances that I want to buy in the summer of 2020 is from Xerjoff, and this one is 40 Knots. Now 40 Knots I actually found out about from Josh over at Scent Sense. He talked about this one being a hidden gem for the summer. I don't see a lot of people talking about it, so that's one that I wanted to dive into just to get an idea of what that one is like. And now I actually have like Xerjoff clones within my collection. Most notably is the 1981 X from Alexandria Fragrances, which clones a fragrance from Xerjoff, and that one does extremely well for me. So I'm looking to try this one out in this summer of 2020. So let me know your thoughts and opinions on that one if you have that one in your collection. I know that one is a bit higher of a price point, so it may not be in the majority of you out there fragrance collection, or maybe not many at all, seeing that he stated it was a hidden gem. Now, when I talk about these 5 fragrances, now I pick up a lot of fragrances throughout the year, and I know a lot of reviewers out there do that as well, whether they sent to them, they purchase them, etc. You just amass a lot of fragrances throughout a year. So I tend to purchase a lot of fragrances that people want me to review, ones that other people out there like, and these are ones that, you know, they're like, okay, maybe this is one that I want to pick up for me. Like if I wasn't doing reviews, I'm just seeing what's out there, this is one that I would just pick up, boom, just to try it out. And that's kind of where I am with these 5 fragrances here. Now I pick up, again, I'll continue to pick up fragrances out there that people want me to review, and I'll get them, I'll like them or dislike them, etc. And we'll continue to have that piece. But for those of you who have not been familiar with those videos that I started back in 2017, again, this was a conversation. We thought it would be good to bring it back. So there you have it. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions on any of these fragrances here. And again, if you have other suggestions like, yo, Big B, scratch that one, get this one, that works for me as well. If I get enough of those, then who knows, I might trash this whole list. But as always, I'm your boy, Big B. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend that we are back again. And you already know what I need you to do. Yes, tell me what to buy, but also hit the goddamn bell.